Our Friday nightcap is wrapping up. Jake Ward, Guy Adami, Nancy Giles, and Evan McMorris Santoro. All right, it was a week. It was a big week. There were winners. There were losers. A lot of people in the news. I want to know, who were your MVPs? Jacques, I turn to you.
Okay, I don't know how everyone's going to feel about this, but mine is Lina Khan, chair of the FTC. I know, she lost some court cases, and she's on the tail end of a long losing streak. She's lost against Meta. She lost this week in this effort to try and block this merger between Microsoft and Activision. But the chair of the FTC is doing something that nobody before her has really attempted to do. She is fighting. She is really fighting. And it is so interesting to watch this young person, right, who came up through academia, got famous off a Yale thesis paper, and is going after these big companies. And she said, going into being FTC chair, we're going to go to court and fight.
While pregnant.
And we're going to lose a lot. And she said, we're going to lose. And even when we lose, we're going to reshape the expectations for the industry and the way things go. I would point out, all of the people that she is going after are fighting are boasting all the time about having failed and gotten better. Fail big is one of the credos of tech. Why doesn't the FTC chair get to fail big? I think that's what she's doing. She's swinging big at the ball right now. She is failing a little bit right now, but she's about to go after OpenAI, the makers of ChatGPT. Interesting to see what happens there. So for me, she's the most interesting person. I think she's doing what she promised she would do coming into the office.
Out of the box choice, and I'm here for that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Evan?
So, you know, Stephanie, I always try to bring you stories.
Similar to Lina? Similar? Who yours?
A little different. Maura Siegler from Page Six.
Do you know who he's chosen? Do you realize how exciting this is about to get? I will tell you, it's exciting.
Okay. This is such an important segment for me because I try to bring you the stories of reporters who are on the front lines, going into danger, putting themselves at risk.
She was
to keep
all of
us
those
informed.
things.
And Maura went to a fancy dinner up on the Upper East Side this week that was there to donors for RFK Jr.'s presidential campaign. And she wrote this incredible story about what it was like to be at this dinner. There were these two old guys. They get up. They start fighting with each other about climate change. You know, one guy sort of believes the science. One guy kind of doesn't. Kind of common for an RFK situation. Some science doubting is pretty normal around those. And to win the argument, one of the guys farted loudly and then yelled, I'm farting, while he did it.
Yes. He said the flatulence helped him win the argument. This New York Post reporter goes to cover, in all seriousness, right? It may be a fringe candidate, but a political dinner that legit turns into Fartgate. And she's a hero for it. She's a hero for it.
She's given us a lesson, which is that if you're going to go to an RFK rally, you might want to wear a mask, not just because people there may not have had their shots, but because you might want to be able to breathe.
Correct.
And then you might not be able to around people that you might be around.
There you go.
So truly amazing reporting by Maura, and I just wanted to give her a shout out for it.
Very few serious reporters get to write the words fart face in a piece. Good on you.
Wow, I don't even know how to follow that.
You can't trump that.
That's kind of climate change on a personal level.
It is.
I guess.
It is.
My MVP is old in the sense that it's not a this week story, but he's Reverend Alexander Santora. He's from Hoboken, New Jersey, and he makes a point of having a special mass at the end of Pride Month talking about LGBTQ people.
Wow.
And every year when he does this, there are people that stand across the street and protest. He gets hundreds of pieces of hate mail, people telling him he's going to go to hell, he should be defrocked, everything. But he's made a point of going and talking to these people. And I just want to read a little part of this.
Wait, he's talking to the haters.
He talks to the haters, directly to the haters. He says talking has to be a two-way street. Next year, having saved hundreds of hateful emails over the years, I will invite perhaps a dozen people who have objected to our Pride Mass to come to Hoboken before the 2024 Pride Mass so we can talk face to face and try to get at the heart of their hate and perhaps even hurt. He says it might be fruitless, but the only way to move forward for any of us is to lay out concerns and see if there are ways to find common ground.
I love that so much.
I have to thank my friend Mary C. from Weehawken to told me about this. And it's a local story that's in the Jersey Journal, so shout out to local journalists and local newspapers.
Shout out to the Garden State.
I know,
Let's just have that
Garden State
There
power.
you go.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Yes. More than farting, love trumps all. Love trumps all.
What am I supposed to do after that?
You beat him.
Well,
you definitively
don't do that.
All right,
I'm asking.
Right.
We're very close.
Be very quiet.
All right, Guy, you have the chance to win this game.
I was going to say, hopefully flatulence comes in a distant last. But, you know, you're in your tennis whites. Not that I watch Wimbledon, although I think most people have it on. I'd rather get hit by a tennis racket than play tennis. But I'm sort of that mindset.
You like pickle?
Because I'm somewhat Neanderthal. Everybody loves pickleball. I like what you did
100% love pickleball. Let me be clear.
But I watched this week, and in losing, somebody was a winner, and it's Christopher Eubanks. Extraordinary. Went to the quarterfinals. I think he went 5 sets with Daniel Medvedev. He had him beat. I think he was up 2-1, lost in the 5th set. But he was such a gracious guy in victory and extraordinarily gracious in defeat. And I think he captured the imaginations of a lot of people. So a lot of disenchanted people out there that think they're just a bunch of jerks out there. This guy gets it.
I love that. That is absolutely awesome. Those are great MVPs across the board. My final thought for the week, between Taylor Swift's concert tour actually boosting the U.S. economy, to Beyonce's tour hitting the U.S., and the Barbie movie's world domination plan well underway, juxtapose that with the possible cage match between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. With all of that, we can now officially say 2023 is a hot girl summer.